that too.
All right, so I'm about to start the stream. Let me send it to the appropriate places. Bum, 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 bum. All right, hello, new Ramses, and you guys are here at Tribal Council once again. So I will just ask, we will start with Patrice. Patrice, tell us about the challenge that you guys competed in and let us know your thoughts and feelings on it.
Um, hmm. The challenge was really interesting. It was not that hard if you actually remember some math, but you actually last time I did some basic math like this, I was probably in third grade, so it was really, really far in my head. So yeah, it took a little bit more time to just try to figure out, remember the square and stuff like that. But I'm happy that I had my calculator beside me. So I ended up being, I feel like I did a good job at it, but it was hard. It wasn't a puzzle that you can actually solve quickly if you didn't remember those notions that you learned a long time ago. Yeah.
Let's move on to Karen. Now, in the nicest of terms, your tribe did not do too hot in this challenge. You did have a couple of DNFs, a couple of high times. Tell me how the morale at the tribe has been since you guys have lost, especially now you guys have just swapped. This is the second time you're going to tribal in a row. What's the vibes? What's the morale?
Well, first and foremost, we simply are not women in STEM here, or some of us, and that's okay. My morale was already a little low when I realized it was a math challenge, and I know I'm not very good at math. Um, and I tried to do it on paper, and even if I had finished it, my time would have been anyway. Morale in general, um, yeah, it sucks losing. No one's having like the time of their lives having to keep coming here and having to keep picking each other off. Um, I would say low. Is it the lowest it could be? Well, I don't want to jinx it, but there's hope still. And I think we're all like holding on to that, like maybe this will break out of this tribe sooner rather than later, whether it's merge or something else, but hopefully we don't have to keep losing here.
All right, Haley, I'll bring it to you. Karen had just talked about at the end of her thing, she said something's got to happen, whether it's a merge or something else. What do you predict this game is going? What direction this game is going within the next round or two?
I would say merge, just from like the numbers left in the game. I don't really see another swap.
Right. We'll move to Claire. Now, Claire, as mentioned, you guys have gone to tribal twice now in a row as a swap tribe. Are we starting to look at challenge performances? Are we looking at the social, the strategy, gameplay? What are your fellow tribe mates and you looking at when it comes to a vote? Because you guys have lost a bunch. And like, so do you continue to look at challenge or do you continue to look at something else?
I think that we're kind of looking at everything. Like it's hard to just look at challenges because we've only had two challenges together and one was math. And obviously, like I would say most people aren't that good at math. So I feel like it's kind of hard to judge based on that. But I think the biggest thing everyone's looking at is like the blue tribe is still pretty much completely intact. And so it's like can we who can we together who could be the best group moving forward to get them out?
I knew I was muted. Let's move to Cat. Now, you guys have been participating in the choices of Keck all season. with the journey, you did go for your tribe this
Mhm.
round. Talk about the twist as a whole, the reaction from everyone. Did you enjoy your time on the journey this round? Just give us your thoughts.
Yeah, so the journey this time was actually pretty pleasant. I told everybody kind of what happened. I went with Lynn's, very bubbly, very talkative, wanting to know kind of, hey, was I nervous about tonight? I didn't really give her anything because I didn't see the point. But what did happen is, I decided I told everybody, kind of what I got out of it, which was I got to see a previous tribal, the boat count, and I was like, there's no point in not saying that because number one, I'm limited into what I can look at because I've been a part of, let's see, this is now the fourth. So obviously I know what happened at the ones that I've been to. So I was curious about the blue tribe and their tribal, and I told everybody that. So um, I think the twist as a whole with the journey thing, it's interesting because it could be a good thing to go and it could be a bad thing to go. Not the case for me. Like it hasn't been bad for me to go. So I see it as an opportunity, but also with some risk involved. So I mean, I think there's two ways to look at it.
All right. And Kim, can you answer a question?
Yeah.
All right. When I host and ask questions for tribal council, there's one question I really like to ask. And since you're the last person, I guess I'll ask you. Give in just one word, how would you describe the outcome of this vote? So, like, what is in one word, how would you describe people's reactions when the final vote is read and someone is voted off of this tribe?
Not surprising. I know it's only one word, supposed to be one word, but I was gonna say, like, I did ask them all to kind of like vote me out tonight, so I don't think anyone will be surprised.
No, for you, Kim, I'll take 2 words.
Thank you.
All right. I will ask the questions that Grace always asks. First, raise your hand or use the emojis in the chat if you feel that tonight is the night that your torch is going to get snuffed. Right, we have one hand from Haley, and that's it. So I
I would
see.
raise my hand, but I don't know how. Hold on. I guess I'll raise it. There you go.
Right, and Kim raises her hand. And second, if you could compare this round to anything ancient Egyptian related, what would you compare this round to and why?
Anyone? I would say, like, honestly, like we're like in the tomb, like we're like in the ground at this point. Like this tribe is in the ground and we have been rotting for years. Let's just say that. So yeah, that's how I would describe it. I don't know if anybody else would have anything better, but that's how I would describe it.
Yeah, I was about to say that this round was, to me, was a mess, to me personally. So I don't know if there's a goddess of chaos or a mess or stuff like that, but I would say that would be the word for me. I'll look it up after on ChatGPT and what's her name, and I'll post it in my prod chat for you, Celeste.
All right. Anyone else? Not all at once. Okay. Okay. That being said, if anyone has any pre-vote advantages or anything else they'd like to say, now would be the time to do so. All right, it is time to vote. Go to your prod chat, bump it, or submit a vote. As well, we are live with the VIP VL. So if you want to make a shout out to any of your prod chat guests or to any of them, now would be the time. I'm so excited for you guys. I bought new parchment paper for this vote. Not for this vote, but I need a new parchment paper. So you'll get to see it. Anyways, I'm gonna get off before I continue rambling. Have fun.
Shout out new parchment paper, first and foremost. I'll just keep going. Shout out to my prod guests. They still don't exist. I love you so much, whoever you could be. Real shout out to Mike Jones times 20. He said he would give me $1 every time I shouted him out, so that should count for $20. Guess I'll shout out Crispy, my roommate, just because Mike included that too, so in case there's money on that. Shout out to the VIP VL, the regular VL, all of the players, and Prod.
Shout out to my best friend B in my prod chat. I don't know if you guys know who B is, but she holds it down. So yeah, thanks for holding it down for me, B. I appreciate it. Love you.
I'll shout out my prod guest Derek, who is actually going to be competing on Ascendance Live. So yay for him, rooting him on, and please all of y'all root for him. Follow that. I've heard great things about that LRG, so I'm really excited for him. Yay, Derek!
I'm going to be giving a shout out to the prod team as well, especially to Billy, who has been really busy with me the past 2 days. So thank you for putting up with me when I was not at my best. Shout out to the people watching as well. I'm not even sure if I can say a shout out to someone I know, because I don't even feel like someone I know is watching this, but it's probably for the next game that I will be playing. At least I'm gonna have some friends in the community. So yeah, thank you for supporting, and shout out to this tribe too. Like, we've been through hell and back, and we're still standing. So I love you guys.
Yeah, shout out to Billy. Me getting frustrated in that challenge. I wanted to be like, Billy, I quit. I quit. And he's like, no, like he couldn't give me any obvious like ideas, but I'm like, I'm so close. And he's like, oh, like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, I want to quit. And then he didn't let me quit. Not let me. He would have let me, but you know what I mean. So yeah. And then I figured it out. So I was happy. But shout out to Billy.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Billy too, only because he saw me cry during that challenge, and I don't know if I made him uncomfortable or not. But thanks, Billy, for putting up with me.
Shout out Billy for being so active in my prod chat. Seriously, love Billy.
I'm going to do an anti-Billy shout out. He did let me quit the challenge. He was like, fine, you're done. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Shout out to Billy too. Shout out to Billy too. He did let me quit. I'm not kidding about that, but he knew I was going to quit. So shout out to Billy still.
Especially, there's something I can say right now. If unless Ailey, you want to give a shout out, or I don't want to
No,
speak.
I have nothing to say.
So yeah, the thing that you don't know is with my prod chat, that's with whom sometimes I kind of ask questions so I can really understand what's going on, the rule or something. So like sometimes he would tell me some things and I'm like, okay, is it like exactly this? Am I understanding right? So basically sometimes you have to ask to explain the same thing twice with more words. So I'm like, okay, got it. So it takes a lot of patience, and he's always never makes me feel like he's fed up of over explaining again. So yeah, you deserve all the love tonight, Billy.
This is my official anti-Billy shout out. That being said, I have the votes, but first, if anyone has a hidden mini idol or an advantage and they'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, votes are locked. When I read the final vote, the person will have just a couple of seconds to say their goodbyes and leave the Zoom. First vote. Kim. Second vote. Haley. Third vote. Kim. Fourth vote. Haley. That's 2 votes Kim, 2 votes Haley, 2 votes left. Fifth vote. Kim. That's 3 votes Kim, 2 votes Haley, 1 vote left. Sixth vote. And the sixth person voted out of Distortion Survivor, Trials of Raw. Kim.
Okay,
Andrew,
have a
do you have
buzz
any
ball
final
for
words?
me. Thanks for having me, Prod. Make sure you have a buzz ball. Karen knows what that means. Make sure you guys have buzz ball. Try it out. Thanks for having me, Prod. I appreciated it.
No problem, Kim. It's been a blast hosting
Thanks.
you.
Bye, Kim. Love you.
Bye. Have a good one, guys. Good
Unfortunately, the
luck.
tribe
Kill it.
I was going to say, well, she was here, but the tribe has spoken. Congratulations on making it to final 12. And I hope you guys are ready for another challenge because we will have more information on that. Well, in like 5 minutes.